Hello, everybody. This is Dorian Moldovar, aka Simon Fisher-Becker, saying, enjoy Dr. Freedom.
Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time some Doctor News. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on some deep emotional level that will tingle your soul. Yes, even your soul will tingle. It'll make you feel happy. Okay, but enough of that. Yeah, just a few things here and there I'm throwing up, because as the news slowly builds up, we're still on the countdown to Christmas, and then we're going to be on the countdown to Series 11. As you all saw yesterday, Edward Russell is already back at Rothlock. He's the brand manager for Doctor Who, amongst others. And hopefully that means read-throughs will be coming soon. And, the sooner they get the filming started, the sooner, hopefully, we'll get Series 11. Like I said, you got Nick Briggs speculating on November of 2018. I'm really hoping it ain't that far into the year, because otherwise, why did you even bother doing Doctor Who for 2018 if you ain't starting till November? It makes no sense to me. But, okay, let's get into what we do got. Let's get into what we do have, and let's make this quick, shall we? All right, moving on, moving upwards. Go to, yeah. Okay, Famous Faces is a short little video where a group of different celebrities sit down and talk about their times in school and whatnot, just some few memories here and there. And, of course, included amongst these is Jodie Whittaker. It's an amusing watch. Like, it's only like a minute 24. I'll have the link for it, up, of course, in the description box with all others as usual. So remember that. Links are always in the description box if you want to go take a look at these articles for yourself. That's my main purpose in this particular, bit of the YouTube universe, is to make sure everybody gets actual factual information and not the steaming piles of bullshit on Gallifrey Base. Now, there are a handful of people, I think, still on Gallifrey Base. I can count. I've had a Gallifrey Base account for I don't know how many years, and I can count on one hand how many times I've accessed it with fingers to spare. So it's just, usually the guys who know what they're talking about I can find elsewhere. Other than that, it's just steaming piles of horseshit about half the time. But, okay, moving on. Stephen Moffat hints at dark times to come in Doctor Who Christmas special. Okay, he said, Peter Capaldi's final ever episode was never expected to be particularly merry, but does the outgoing showrunner Moffat have even more sinister plans up his sleeve? Why? Everyone will live anyway. Oh, sorry. Okay, All right, let's get down here to okay, why would Superman be good? Because kindness stops you being lonely would be the answer. But that's what that's about for Sherlock Holmes. He's good because for all he protests about it, there are people he cares about. So kindness is what makes a unit of us. So if you're sane and rational, kindness is by far the best path. There isn't anything rational about being violent, awful, and evil. It's not actually a good strategy. Then added cryptically, prepare for that to be contradicted on Doctor Who on Christmas Day. Now, you got to remember, a lot of people don't remember that the first Doctor, or you folks who haven't watched the classic series, sin, shame, whatever that goes. Back in the very first serial, there was a section where the TARDIS crew's running, Ian, Barbara, Susan, the Doc, and they're trying to drag this wounded caveman, and the Doctor actually picks up a rock and was going to smash his head in, and Ian stops him. It kind of shows you where the Doctor started. He wasn't Mr. Kind, Lovely Teddy Bear, back in the day. He was actually going to kill the caveman because he felt it would have been easier, rather than have him slow everybody down. So, or basically to save his own ass, more than likely, because that's, a little bit, he still had that little bit of cruelty in him. Disconnection, more like it. I don't think he was going to do it out of cruelty, but, that's a whole different thing. But like I said, just to give you an example how different the first Doctor is from his current incarnations. He's learned a lot since then, back in the day. All right, Russell T Davies reveals the sudden Doctor Who character isn't dead after all. Yeah, we ain't got Moffat reviving enough of his, or making them immortal. Sorry. I have to take little jabs like that now that the Moffat era is over, you know. Okay. He amusingly said that, yeah, if you screw, oh, great. They didn't put the picture up. All right. There was a picture running around that he had done, and I thought they had it in this article, and they don't, where it shows a trap door. The Daleks are up there, and it's Harriet Jones bouncing off a mattress and landing like on a motorcycle to escape. So this is kind of like alluding to that, you know, that, you know, she had somehow survived. All right. So, okay. Also, hang on. All right. Sorry about I lost my place there. Okay. Okay, it had to be done. He told the Radio Times. There's a poem about Phil Collinson, who was the producer on Doctor Who when we killed Harriet Jones, has nagged me about that ever since. So the first thing I did was send that to him and email it to him. So, okay. One of the poems he had concerned, you know, in his book, latest book, concerned, you know, the unlucky former PM. Davies saw his chance to finally give Harriet Jones a happy ending, yet illustrating her escape from the Daleks attack towards the end of the book. And like I said, I thought for sure they'd have it up here, and I love how they're talking about the drawing, but it's not in the article. Great to go, Radio Times. You see, I thought Radio Times, the whole thing, would have it up because I saw it on Twitter earlier today. All right, Russell T Davies had secret references to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor in his new book before she was even revealed. Okay, the former series showrunner used his illustrations, a new poetry book, Now We Are 600, as a subtle nod to the first female Time Lord. Okay, he goes, let's just say I'm friends with all these people, with current showrunner, you know, Stephen Moffat, and new, you know, Chris Chibnall. And we've been friends for years, so I knew what was in the air. I knew kind of. There was a poem called Contents, which I thought, well, I'll draw a trunk, and in that trunk there's something representing every new Doctor. And that was tough, because that was me sitting there scratching my head for a long time on some of them, and I got there. There's also a handbag in there you'll be glad to see. But also note this. Okay, so there's a whole poem about an unnamed doctor. Where is it? Oh, yes, the death list, which has the kind of masked unknown secret doctor running around. On page 23, if you look at the swirl of those clothes, she's wearing women's stilettos, and the numbers 1 and 3 are hidden in the folds of the clothes. So that's a female doctor running around. Well, I suppose anyone can wear high heels, but there's a curve, you know, that you wouldn't get on a male figure. So he's having a little fun with it and all that, you know, with RTD, you know, his book of poems out. You know, Now We Are 600. Keep your eye out for it, if you're into that thing. Chris Eccleston's going to play Macbeth for the Royal Shakespeare Company in the 2018 summer season. That's pretty interesting. The play will run from the 13th of March to the 22nd of September. Wake me up when September ends. Oh, God. September 2018 on the Royal Shakespeare Theatre stage in Stratford-upon-Avon. In addition, there'll be a live broadcast of the play on the 11th of April 2018 to UK cinema screens. The filming will be rebroadcast and encore screenings both nationally and internationally at dates to follow. So, okay, so all right, okay. Then it goes into the rest of the cast there. Who cares? Chris Eccleston, you know, it goes blah blah blah. Goes through a saying. Tickets will be on sale through the RSC website, rsc.org.uk, in September for RSC Advisory Council. Artists circle of gold patrons with public booking in October. Details on specific dates are shown below. So, if you're going to be in that area, which I ain't, and you want to go see Eccleston do Macbeth, there you go. Okay, Titan Comics. This is a preview for The Lost Dimension #3, which is a 10th Doctor special. All right, Lost Dimensions is an 8-part series that pits our heroes, Doctors 9, 10, 11, and 12, respectively, and a few phenomenal guest stars from across the universe against the all-consuming, universe-destroying Void. Issue 3, the 10th Doctor special, sees our time-traveling, you know, Time Lord, investigating a mysterious black hole out of which light is spilling and has drawn the attention of an ancient foe, the Doctor. And as you can see, there's some stuff here involving the third Doctor, you know, John Pertwee, you know, so keep your eye out for that. Moving on. 7th biggest contradictions in Doctor canon. Oh, that's right, I forgot. And of course, these are already, I think these are already in process coming out. Darn it, I hate it when they do this stuff where I can't find stuff in the article anymore. It's called old people's disease. Okay. All right, 10th Doctor Special will be available in stores from the 13th. So it is out today. See, I forgot to mention that. That's why I went back. The 7 biggest contradictions in the Doctor Who canon. Is the Doctor half human? Yes, it's made canon as of the 1996 movie. Sorry. And also the hybrid is me thing. They alluded to it several times. Yes, he is. Sorry, moving on. Why hasn't the Doctor always had 2 hearts? That's because they had no idea that they were going to change the Doctor's anatomy back in the first era. That's why. Explain. And then it goes on from there. See, you can't really read too deeply into some of these things. Actually, a guy goes, in his first incarnation, the Doctor only had 1 heart. No, that's called making shit up like the season 6B theory. All right, moving on. 10 things you may not know about Day of the Moon. Some really interesting stuff here, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested in taking a look at it, wham, 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 there it is for you on Anglophenia. All right. Thief Who Stole Time will wrap up Series 6 of the 4th Doctor Adventures, and that is out today. And if you want, here's a little trailer for it. So, nice little thing there from Big Finish. And lastly, oh, sorry, we already covered that. I forgot to snip it out. So, like I said, I'm trying to keep all the little stuff from building up too much, so that way I don't have to do one massive program in a couple days. Well, folks, as you can see, news reports are going to be sporadic. I don't sit here and make up shit so I can do 500 podcasts a day, just so I can say, oh, look, here I am. I'm doing more casts than everyone else. I think that's just ridiculous. If it's bullshit, it's bullshit, and therefore it's not worth reporting. What can I say? There's not a whole lot of info going around. I'm still waiting to hear something more solid on where the Doctor Who experience is going. And, like I said, we still have yet to get confirmation on the Bradley Walsh thing, even though, keep in mind, it was announced on BBC Radio 2. So, by what's her name, and I can't even remember it, said it'll hit me in about a half an hour when it's no longer relevant. But as you've seen before, why would she do that on the air, say it's confirmed, if it's not? Maybe it was announced too early. We don't know. So right now we're in the middle of speculation land. Everybody's yanking bullshit out their ass. And the thing is, like I said, you've already got people who have prejudged Jodie Whittaker, and she hasn't even done a single scene yet. And that's why I'm dying laughing about all these guys who are putting the little angry face up on Facebook whenever I post anything that has Jodie Whittaker in it. And then the one guy goes, it's a rubbish choice. And I'm like, hell no, there's no prejudice in that statement at all. You're just making an ass out of yourself. Me, I have faith that they've done, the right thing. You needed to take the show in a completely different direction, and this is it. I don't think that Chibnall would be stupid enough to pick someone that he doesn't think could do the job. And yet you've got all these people who have already filed it under trash. You want to hear how many critics were slamming the Orville, and yet it came out with pretty damn strong ratings, didn't it? And I'm going to die laughing. Look at that. They've already approved Star Trek Discovery for Series 2, and it hasn't even aired yet. I'm going to die laughing if it falls on its face, because now they've already signed these actors up for 2 seasons of a show that could possibly flop. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I ain't going to do the Trump thing. So. Take care of yourselves. Good night. You see, I don't like to do that because it's disrespectful to people. Sorry about that. I'll just go,